We start at Ravenglass. This is a lovely photo taken actually the previous evening. It wasn't quite such a nice day the day we walked. And the first place we went was the railway station, not the proper one on the left, but the miniature railway on the right. And there's our train, the Mighty Midget it's called. As we set off, marshland to our left. And the beginnings of mountains to our right. After about 40 minutes, we get to Dalegarth. For Boot, that's a village right nearby. We walk through Boot and off up the hill. Coming to moorland. We're making for the next valley, basically. We're beginning to get near to the pass where there's a tarn. There it is, we're having lunch there. The weather's improving, that's Burnmore Tarn. The clouds are lifting, we're beginning to see more of the scenery around us. Particularly as we move on towards the lip, the big beasts of the Lake District ahead. Once over that lip, we get to see Wastwater in more detail and down into the valley, and very reassuring sight, still some way away, is that little white house which is our inn for the evening. It's a nice path down, well maintained, a bit steep of course. But we do eventually get to the Wasdale Head Inn. Rejoining the trail the next day, the weather does not look good. But there are good views as we go up the valley looking up to the side there. This is what's ahead of us. And this is what's behind us. Further up, the path does get steeper. That's a little bit of scrambling there. But we do get to Stye Head, apparently a well-known beauty spot, but not today. We make our way past Stye Tarn. To a section of wet, rocky path. The rain hasn't stopped all morning. My hands are so cold that I'm finding it difficult to get the camera out to take photos. And then they won't recognise my finger. So it's lovely when we get eventually round the corner and we begin to see that there's something else ahead. And we're looking now down into Borrowdale. We make our way down to the right. It's a good path. Looking across the river, that's Stye Head Gill we're just going to come to. There. And our path is on the other side. This is the view from Stockley Bridge, getting over Stye Head Gill, and there's our path. Further down the valley, there are still good views to be had. This is Seathwaite. Eventually we crossed the River Derwent and we got to the youth hostel, where we lingered in the drying room as long as it was possible to do so. The next day the weather was looking a little better. We crossed the River Derwent and picked up a lovely path going southeast along Stonethwaite Beck. As ever, there was a climb ahead. We could see that far edge getting ever nearer. This is the view looking back. And looking forward, this is Lining Crag. We'd heard about this. We knew we had to get up the left-hand side. There was scrambling, but it wasn't as hard as I thought. There were quite a lot of steps as well. We got to the top, which is Green Up Edge, and we're grateful for those cairns. And we were soon lovely view over the other side. We knew that the valley to Grasmere is over that lip on the right-hand side. But we met some ex-policemen who were doing the left-hand edge of the valley, so we decided to do that too. Here's a video from that high path. We felt really in the middle of everything. At the end of the clip, you'll see Martin and Adrian with Diana, with Grasmere in the background. We did most of that ridge, not quite all of it, and then came down to the valley. Very pretty, but still a mile or two to go. Nearing Grasmere, some walkers in front of us were turned round to look, so we did too, and we got that last lovely view of those hills. For our last day, we were in the world of people. The road out of Ambleside went past Dove Cottage, home of the Wordsworths, and soon picked up the Coffin route to Rydal. It was a lovely path above Rydal Water, popular with walkers, and there was a cycling event the day we were there, so it was quite crowded. It carried on beyond Rydal Hall and down to Ambleside. Beyond Ambleside, we soon saw our next objective, Wansfell Pike. (482 metres) and quite a hike. That top got nearer quite slowly. But there were terrific views back. Not at the boot, I don't mean, but Ambleside there and the mountains beyond. and from the top, Windermere ahead. Here's a video of Diana arriving at this spot.
Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Huh. The good news is, that's the way ahead. Have you come this way?
We came that way as well.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, through that. Yeah. Probably a full. That's kind of it now. Well, you know, by latest standards, it's probably
What kind of insanity is that?
it is. It's insane.
This has to be like Windermere.
That's Windermere, yeah.
With everybody.
Down the other side, the path was more gradual. To the gentle Troutbeck Valley. And ultimately, views of Windermere. We got to the station, which was right by the trail. With a more mundane train to end our adventure than the one we started with. Thanks for watching.